You really do just have to appreciate the insane quality of the scenery shots, don't you? Like getting to see his new daily regime at the school, something we hadn't seen up till now, and it's good to see him cracking on completely training his body and mind still. Not gonna lie, as a currently rather hungry boy, this food looking real good. Just like around the campfire in the first half with his old team he's now left behind, it's so awesome that the studio decides to animate every single person in the shot at least once. No huge monologue here. Fact is, my Patreon has now funded me on YouTube thanks to revenue dropping massively. Would love you to pledge and get us to $22.50 so I can start One Piece and more, link below.
昔、結界についてロキシーに教えてもらっていたが、当時の俺は分かった気になって。
Small win, but how they put actual writing on things like the chalkboard and the pages here. In the same vein, the books themselves up close are always of the highest quality, just shows attention to detail.
君は嫌かな。たまに来るだけの相手に口出しされたりするのは。
いえいえ、嫌じゃありません。
Seeing these two teaming up to do some investigating is a good central point to the plot of this part of the story. It pushes them together and allows for character building for everyone around them. This studio loves scenery shots, and coincidentally, so do I. 2 wins here. Firstly, a whole bunch of not walking on the spots. But secondly, I loved the ingenuity behind having a proper walkway on the left here, and then what he walks over on the right that not everyone would want to use. You know, this short scene just made me think about how great the studio is, with them constantly choosing to animate scenes from a distance, where so many opt for up-close shots. The reason being that up-close shots are so much easier to animate. You draw a person's shoulder height up and away you go. I don't know if that's CGI or not, but whatever it is, it looks fantastic.
いえいえ、アドバイスをもらったお礼に食事でもおごりますよ。
そう。じゃあごちそうになります。
It's really very sweet and wholesome to watch these two together again, and basically getting to know one another once more. Oh, would you look at that background though? There was a naked thing up there and everything! I'm such a fan of when things like this are done in another world type anime, where they actually address that naturally not everyone will speak the same language. Less importantly, Emma from The Promised Neverland, but more importantly, Izumi from Bungo Stray Dogs.
そうか。ドワーフは7歳になるまで正式な名前をつけてもらえないんだ。
Look at you just sneaking in the lovely ickle bit of lore right there. By the way, I still love how they end these episodes. Sounds so good. Literally just some of the highest quality scenery shots you'll see in anime in this one. Holy heck.
忘れちゃいけない。
Toots adorbs!
このやり方は誰に教えられたわけではない。でも、ルディが僕の立場だったら、きっとこうするんじゃないかな。
Such a cool and creative way to handle a scene like that, with her thought process and him literally in the background doing what she's talking about.
なんか、最近ルディのことばっかり考えてるな。どうしよう。
Glad we're given the chance to see these thoughts from her perspective, learning how much he has been on her mind in general, and especially right now.
人形にしか興味がないと思っていたザノバも彼女の面倒を本当によく見ている。
At the same time, it's good to see how she's getting on with a quick recap of events since she came back with them. Also nice on the side to see she's being treated well by him. Goodness me, would you just drink that in? The quality is insane for something shown for all of 2 seconds. Yeah, go on. I just have to for that.
Shut up and take my
win!
それはシーロン王国に置いてきて。
嘘だな。
There's that style of comedy from them that just goes down so well.
言ってなかったか。この像を作るときにどれだけ師匠への思いを込めてたか。
Sneaking off like that is the absolute height of hilarious. So cute when she does it too.
申し訳ありません。師匠。
Literally, some of the best animated lip syncing I've ever seen. That is scarily good. Plus the way he did the crying sound fit it amazingly well too. That's insane, bruh. She really is so adorable. They really know how to get a fight started, don't they? Him immediately seeing her future movements and making sure his bud deals with the other one quickly. Hype! Such an easy place for the video's first 2 max wins to be given out. Gorgeously smooth animation. He kinda slaps her and trips her, knocks her out. It's amazing stuff. How come it's actually so damn great though?
その人形は我が神の御姿です。
Oh god. That's so terrible. So much made of her underwear.
聖獣様に不埒な真似を働いたということで、裸に向かれて冷水を浴びせられ、牢屋の中に入れられたものです。
It's amazing how they bring in events from the past season into this, just keeping it fresh in our minds. It's also equally awesome how she's related to many people he knows as a result of that.
でもたまにリニアのおっぱいを触るぐらいは許してあげるの。そうにゃ、たまにならってなんであっち。
She is quickly becoming one of my favorite voice actresses in the game. She just perfectly adapts to the role. She's so good, it's not even funny, but it is funny. She's very funny.
二人ともそこにお座り。
So much framage!
この枕ザラザラ音がするね。ちょっと寝転んでみてもいい？
どうぞ。
I just find these scenes so sweet, getting to see the two of them hanging out. Heck, I even really enjoyed it with the 2 cat girls there earlier. Once they calmed down, the interactions were lovely. Also wanted to say I continue to be just the biggest fan of their chosen style of animation. It looks so genuinely beautiful, and I'm not even entirely sure why. Like, obviously it's clean and crisp, but there's something homely about it to me as well. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. They're not even kidding around with this stuff, are they? Distant shots galore when they really didn't have to do it. So much extra work and time and effort, and I love them for it. A really clever way of reminding us who he is and who he's pining for all of this time later still.
事情は知りませんが、6対1は卑怯ですよ。
Rudy is always rising up in my estimations when he sees something like this happening and just has to get in the middle of it, especially because it's what he went through as a youngster.
お前に助けられる筋合いは、いや、助かったよ。ありがとう。
Brilliant stuff because it beautifully nods to, without outright saying it, the Eris the Goblin Slayer OVA, where he said the same thing to her, got punched in the face and then regretted it. They do an absolutely beautiful job with these internal shots and designs. It just screams attention to detail. No blank walls and things like that to save time. Every corner lovingly done.
実は好きな子がいるんだ。
マジか。
窓辺の君、エリナ・リーゼ・ドラゴンロード。
Well, that for me just gets a plot twist win. I figured he'd be all hung up on Eris still, but not entirely.
恋愛相談？
Ah, she's so adorable. She was worried he was asking for himself.
わかりました。フィッツ先輩、ありがとうございました。
お役に立てたなら何よりです。
Goodness me, what a lovely voice she has for this character. Sounds so herself. Like, it fits amazingly well, if you know what I mean. Amazing how, as he gets older, they're making him look more and more like his father.
エリナ・リーゼだけに辛い思いはさせない。君の呪いはこの僕が必ず直してみせる。
I tell ya, massively didn't expect this one bit. I'm truly shocked by how this turned out. Lovely symbolism there. Originally it was one on its own following him, and now it's 2. Like a couple. Honestly, I'll take a non-moving montage over a moving one if the quality of the individual pictures is this high quality, especially the one of the street. That's amazing looking.
なんでも秋になると異性同士で決闘して勝った方が家族のボスとなるらしい。
Man, they really do love just dropping bits of lore here and there, don't they?
我と尋常なる婚儀の決闘を。
That really tickled me for some reason. Her shocked look. Oh, he thinks it's me. Uh-oh.
じゃあ決着ということで。
敗に挑むとは魔法大学というのは気骨のあるものが集まっておるようだな。
Moral, the dude with the huge pipe during the whole Chimera Ant arc from Hunter x Hunter, and most recently, I was really impressed with his performance as Thorgil in Vinland Saga Season 2. Might not be of the highest quality since it's shown for 1 or 2 seconds, but the fact that all of these people at the front are hand done is a testament to the crew.
貴様も笑え
Never, ever happens to me normally, as it's an obvious joke most of the time, but this legit made me start laughing. Right away, you just know full well that when they be busting out all the frames like this, something gonna go down.
来い
Easily a max wins for that one. It's always the height of awesome to watch him use the full power of his abilities, and it was even better than I thought it'd be.
貴様の勝ちだルーデウスよ
Okay, this guy's legit awesome. I was nervous for a bit when he got taken out, but he's okay and turned tiny and then big again. It was brilliant. I literally exclaimed brilliant when it happened.
不死身の魔王バディガーディ参上
You want to make this guy a regular character? I am all about that. Absolutely one of my favourite voice actors in the game. Cool ass character too. You really didn't have to actually animate them at that distance. You're crazy, bruh. Look at you. Things now advancing with her being able to tell Rudius who she is from his past. What incredible animation on that exit sequence. The amount of frames is ridiculous. Even when slowed down, it's quite smooth.
となってべ
ベキクシャブテンゼルクサコベタブリレテンラバンクサクシバイバホ
I was already impressed when Rudius alone spoke a few lines for a scene at the slave market, but here all 3 of them did multiple lines like this. Stuff isn't easy.
俺はこの名前を知らない
そう言葉はわかるのね
I adore how they keep the earth element in the anime present in our minds and made it far more impactful by showing their normal language being spoken before switching to Japanese.
ベックエブザコハニテキジークロベーケラ
I know like it.
Such a clever snuck-in comment there from her, because she knows Rudius from when they were kids. So when she says we come from the same place, naturally she says that can't be, as she doesn't know her.
トラックにひかれそうになっていた高校生と全く同じ顔をした少女がそこにいた
Oh my word, what an amazing plot twist. I never, ever saw that coming. In fact, take 2 max wins for that. The girl he saved back in his old life ended up coming here anyway. I love it.
それにしてもあなた生まれはどこアメリカヨーロッパでも日本語はわかるし私以外にも飛ばされた人がいるなんてなんだか頼もしい
Never knew how thrilling it'd be after all of these very this world centric episodes to witness someone speaking of our own world all of a sudden.
元の世界に帰るためお互い協力しようね
Take another here as well, since this is an element to the story that I'd never even considered that you'd ever attempt to leave, which you'd think is impossible since he died there, but who knows?
私はいきなりアスラ王国に放り出されたわそこでオルステッドに保護された
Deciding to not just leave it at, we both ended up here, but getting some detail about how it first happened to her, and then going further in regards to the location she ended up in, no less. Basically a whole bunch of talking, but it's the good kind. Just way more than I could ever show on here, but 100% take a win for spitting lore everywhere and learning more about her too.
おそらくあの事件はその時の反動で起こったもの私が原因かもしれない
You know what? True story, I felt she may have been involved, but thought the timings didn't match up until learning that she came to their world 5 years ago. Then it did, but I forgot. Hype! Oh my god! Tons of frames, great voice acting, and awesome effects.
被害者そうなの僕の方こそいきなりごめんなさい
It's lovely to see someone write a script where someone can lose themselves in anger for a moment and then logically calm down and apologize, and it all happens within the span of 60 seconds.
おそらく私が原因だって
なるほど。
I prefer how here there's some logic being built to how people end up in this world with real world ramifications at play. Some isekai simply say, they're in that world now, so deal with it.
どうしよう。足がすくんで前に進めない。
Very well done taking little moments here and there to really set up her feelings towards Rudius building more and more.
魔法大学に入ってもうすぐ1年。俺は16歳になった。
This is one of those that looked so good, I just played it and then I'll speak over it so you could see it twice.
最近はボスの射程が増えてきたからナンバー2は大変なの。ナンバー2はこのあっちにゃ。ボスはもっと自信を持つにゃ。
いやいや。
I like these two, especially her on the left, and not just for the reasons you're thinking of. They're interesting characters too, and just quite likeable in general now.
こんなところにおったか。橋で縮こまりおって。
Something tells me animating this dude with 8 limbs all moving about would be a nightmare every time he's in a scene, but they handle it so damn well you'd never know it. Loving the weather effects added onto the already gorgeous scenery shots. Every other studio would do scribbles. Does it really have to look like writing? No one is going to care. But nope, this studio is cut from a different cloth.
それにしても泥沼、本当に久しぶりだよな。
Genuinely just very happy to see this dude again. Feels like it's been ages. A testament to the storyboarding done by the studio, really.
今日は一日遊ぼうと思ってたんだが、泥沼悪かったな。また今度頼むわ。
Credit for the music, never steals the scene, just backs up whatever is taking place with such an RPG feel to it. Such a big fan of how life is breathed into the scenes of a market, with its different style of goods on display, and all of the citizens wearing unique clothing and so on.
フィッツ先輩に避けられた。何も考えられないぐらいのダメージだ。
A nice way of showing how much she means to him as a person rather than an object of affection or attraction. Between the music, the view, and animating him inside of it all, I had to show you the whole blessed thing.
フィッツ先輩に嫌われたかと思ってヒヤヒヤしましたよ。
僕が君を嫌いになるわけないじゃないか。
This anime is in a class of its own when it comes to setting up a big thing, or something other stories would treat as a huge deal. She ignored him, but in this one, he worried about it, spent some sad time alone, came across her, they chatted, and just like that, it's okay. In fact, it's even better because it allowed win number 223 to happen.
恋ってやつだ。
That's friggin' adorable! Love how it was built upon through these episodes. I'm here for it. It's a classic, but it strangely didn't feel overdone like so many before it.
まあいい。兆しは見えたのだ。焦らずに行こうじゃないか。
End of ED coming and not the normal ED at the end of the episode. You get it.
僕はボレアスともノトスとも縁は切れていますし、あなた方と敵対するのが怖い。
You know what often shocks me? Just how wide the lore is in this one. He mentioned this and I had to Google who these groups were, but now I'm in the know once more.
さすがに確信したでしょうね。体まで触られたのなら。
Continuously impressed by how the studio constantly moves characters within a scene. As I always say, going shoulder height for each of them and having them chat would save so much time and money, but they do it this way all the time for us, likely to perfectly fit the manga and light novel. Bit too much to show, but take one here for maybe a small plot twist, as the intention is to get Rudius on their side, but that could just be a cute way of prompting her to reveal her true self to him, I'm not sure.
僕はルディと添い遂げたい。
That's adorable. It finally comes out and is said. It's awesome. Take that win. The way they just casually drop these in like it's no big deal.
ルディはくすりと笑ってたくさんかななんて言って僕の衣服を脱がせて。
That is totally not what I was expecting from her, I gotta admit.
ではステップとリーダーの面々を集めて。
いやルーデウス君そんな人たちいなくても僕とルーデウス君がいれば余裕でしょ。ありがとうルーデウス君。
She was adorable throughout their conversation as Rudius kept thinking up cheeky ways to solve her imaginary problem, and each time she had to set him straight, it was hilarious and cute. Not walking on the spot, number 97 or something by this point. Brilliant to watch him use his magic, melting the snow as they go forwards. Nice first person shot in there too.
いえ、すぐに散らしますので。やばい。申し訳ありません、フィッツ先輩。今日はちょっと調子が悪いようです。
いいんだよ。
Honestly, never thought it'd be so entertaining to watch her attempting to woo him into a plan she and the princess built up. It's actually very sweet.
乾かした。服は後ろを向いて目をつむりますので、その間に魔術を使って服を乾かしてください。
Perfect example of how Rudius has grown over time, catching himself before, in his mind anyway, making the same mistakes he's made in the past. The truest sense of character growth, really.
それがいい。
待ってよ。自分じゃ脱げないんだ。脱がせてよ。
Kind of a tough scene to write and draw originally, I'm sure, but honest to God, it felt like one of the best ones I've seen. Keeping music off for now was a good choice too, makes the words hit harder.
もしかしてシルフィエットというのではないでしょうか。
Yeah, now that's Max wins. So beautifully done. Just the words, facial animations, galore. She teared up when he said her name. It felt so kind and gentle somehow. Absolutely loved that.
僕はシルフィエット。テディが好きでした。今はもっと好きです。ずっと一緒にいたいです。
Ah, that almost made me tear up, that did. Such a well done scene, seriously. I'm sure I'd have given the ED its win when it first popped up, but I'm giving another here. Firstly, just in case I did miss it, but more importantly because it means so much more watching it after that ending.
シルフィ、俺も好きです。
It's so cute and sweet to see them like this. Way better payoff than I thought it'd be. Okay, that's actually an amazing plot twist, because it wasn't as simple as, oh, it's her and it was always meant to be her and now he's cured. Way to go and tell a proper story. Also take one here for him learning from the past again, even if it wasn't needed here, as he went into action saying sorry for embarrassing her, but again, wasn't needed, but great to see that learning.
何から話そうかな。あの日、ルディが連れ去られるとこ。
Showing you that one just so you can hear the music, it's really lovely and such a great fit.
例の転院事件。あれでオートに飛ばされて、アリエル様とルークに出会ったんだ。生きててくれてありがとう。
シルフィも無事でよかった。
Not only does the music slap even harder here, but we're gifted a gorgeous piece of cinematography as they walk holding hands, and an equally stunning looking scenery around them, no less.
そもそもシルフィーの体で色仕掛けは無理です。
シュン。
That made me laugh far harder than it probably should have.
お前にやろう。
こんな高価なものいいの？
もちろんだ。
Same thing as the book earlier, could have made it blank, but instead it was highly detailed, and now look at this bottle and the sheer volume of details on it.
おお、まあこっち来て座れよ。
Good example of something I've noticed a lot that I like that the studio does. Don't get me wrong, it is a small thing, but most studios animate a sideways mouth with the person kinda looking like they're talking out of one side of their mouth, but here sideways on you can see through the mouth, so it's way more realistic. Easy to look past, but if you pay attention there are so many movements in this scene. No one is awkwardly looking in one place for 15 seconds or whatever. Constant movement, bless their hearts.
Ah, 起きてたんだ。おはよう、ルディ。
Oh my god, I can finally breathe! I thought the same bloody thing was happening to him again! I was dreading it! I was super nervous, and then she walked in all happy, and I in turn was so happy!
はいはい。 僕はここにいるよ。
Oh man, that's so sweet. Clearly he feared the same as me. Great voice acting, and the music is wonderful. Reminds me of Amelia singing from ReZero.
ありがとう。
His ED is cured. Also, no ED for the final episode. Pun intended.
けれど思い人が渦中にいるとなれば話は別です。
That's an old-fashioned kawaii win, that is.
シルフィーと結婚します。
そのよろしくお願いします。
Oh, it's so very sweet. It's like sugar and honey. Take one more for the end of the episode, the symbolic gesture of returning the sunglasses, the thank you to them both, the smile at the end. I loved all of it. What a lovely damn scene. Amazing end to an amazing 12 episodes. I've enjoyed them so much, and I cannot wait for the second part of the season to air. You know I'll be here. Please ensure you post to my Patreon to keep me on here, help vote in everything I cover, and get early access to videos, and I'll see you next time. Creator follower, Lifty, Nick Wyndham, Nightly Winter, Christopher Willis, Hinakami and Water, Marquez, Orkeeper, The Epic Commander, Bertha Without a Word, Brandon Creer, Burn 100B, Emmanuel Gonzalez, Aaron Winters, Yor Edvinson, Kepan, Kevin Alston, Cumfreik, Kylie Welp, Magnus, Matthew Blanchett, Nathan Burr, Sataka Yari, Sean, Sebastian Ramirez, Wicked Faye, Ali 50, Brainless Ben, Dark Lord Bloody Soul, Hoved Lowe's Ritter, Isel Caldera, Jaffa6263, Keldok, Kevin Nelter, Laxus, Lionel Schultz, Marvin, Nick Monaco, 9028, Oliver Smiley Reacts, Peter Milligan, Sentimento, Stan, Storm 970, The Elementator Wars, Tricky Nicky,